Okay, hard-hitting question coming at you. I know you spend a lot of time with heavy stuff on your show, so let's just keep right in that vein. More impactful to you as a child, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Definitely Star Wars. I love Star Trek. A little humanistic, at times.
That's what I always thought.
A little too Darwinian at times. When it was just about blowing stuff up and killing folks, like Wrath of Khan, First Contact. That's when it was at its best. When it tried to evangelize me into Eric von Donigan's Chariot of the Gods, warped theology, not so much. Although I was a huge Star Trek fan. But Star Wars to me, first movie I remember seeing, River Hills, back in the day. I was almost 4 years old when the original Star Wars came out. My stepdad and I didn't have a really close relationship on a lot of levels growing up, but the one thing we always had in common was a love for Star Wars. So those were always real big father-son bonding moments. I still recall, because in those days, the Star Wars movies weren't on DVD or VCR. Right? Remember when they finally came out on VCR? When they finally showed up on HBO, what a big event that was? And I remember my father and my stepdad and I had like a 3-year argument about whether or not Darth Vader was really Luke's father. And I was convinced it was all a scam. And then when they used to put out the storybooks of the movies before the movies would actually come out, and I cheated and went and got the one for Return of the Jedi just so I wanted to be able to go to my pops and say, see, I told you so. And when it turned out that Vader was Luke's father, I was crushed. I was devastated. Not quite as devastated as I was when Scotty plays the bagpipes in Star Trek II at Spock's funeral, but I was pretty devastated. But Star Wars for me growing up was bigger. I will tell you, Star Trek I think is better with age. I think Star Wars, particularly these new prequels, are a cinematic abomination. And one of the great mysteries of 21st century American life is what's happened to George Lucas's talent.
And the Ewoks.
Yeah, the Ewoks still suck.